Hello tutors, welcome to this week's training all about test retakes. Some things have changed since your last training about this, and we're also in a new location, so just some reminders. First of all, these are our retake computers. There are currently 4. Hopefully we'll get a couple more in the coming weeks so we can have more students taking retake exams. So students who take retakes are Math 100A students, Math 100B, and Math 101. Also, Math 108Y can do their retakes on these computers as well. So here's some reminders about these. When supervisors come into the lab, they are in charge of signing in and out of the computers. The students don't need to be worrying about that themselves, just the supervisors. So students don't sign in and out of the computers, and opening supervisors are the ones that do it. When they come in the morning, they turn on the computers and sign into the computers using the Math Lab login. Supervisors, if you don't know what that is, well, we can help you. Let us know. Closing supervisor, you're going to sign out and shut down the computers, but you don't need to be doing that before devotional starts, just at the end of the day. Before a student does a retake, so they'll come and find a tutor, usually the supervisor at the front desk, and say, hey, I want to do a retake, but you got to ask them some questions and make sure they're actually prepared. So first, you're going to ask, did you already go over the problems you missed with a tutor? If they did, awesome, they're ready for the retake. If they have not yet done that, set them up with a tutor in the lab, or maybe they want to do an appointment, but they cannot take their retake right now. There is some exceptions to this rule. Occasionally, a professor will allow a student to take the test for the first time in the math lab, so just be aware of that. They might say, oh, my professor said it was okay, and just go with it on that one. Let them know that they are not allowed to use things that they weren't allowed to use in the testing center, right? You especially want to be careful with calculators. So Math 108Y students, they can use Excel on the computer, that's okay. Math 100A students are not allowed any calculator on their first 3 exams, chapters 1, 2, and 3. So usually just before midterms. Math 100B and 101 can only use scientific calculators, no graphing calculators for those guys. Okay, so they're all set, they know what they can use, and then have them turn off their phone and put it away. Just in their backpack is fine, unless they're going to use it for collateral. So they need to check out a mouse from you for the computer that they're going to sit at. So 1, 2, 3, or 4. And you're going to have them sign out and leave their collateral, phone, iCard, etc. They're also going to need to leave some kind of collateral for these guys, for the canceling headphones, but it can be the same collateral. It could be the same collateral. So if they're using headphones and a mouse, just when they come back up, you can make sure you return those things to the students. Definitely offer those because it is pretty noisy right now. During their retake, especially if you are near the back, so you're tutoring 221 or 215 students at the back of the math lab, you want to kind of be aware of the students that are back there doing tests. So keep an eye on them, make sure they're not visiting other websites or using their phones. If that happens, you want to just politely tell them, hey, you're not supposed to be doing that. And you will also want to fill out something called the Retake Action Report. It can be found in the swap board. And their name and teacher name are on this list where they signed out for the mouse. And so you can check what computer they're on and just say, okay, that's their name, that's their professor, and then you're going to go to the swap board. Let me show you. So this is just our swap board. Open the swap board in the intro. Scroll down here, the retake action report. If you click on that, it's just going to be a little form that you fill out. So you'll need to know some information about your shift, what day it was, what time it was, and the student's name and the professor's name. Then the TDS, or myself or Brother O, will receive that notification and notify the teacher that an incident occurred with that student. When they are all done with their retake, woohoo, congratulate them. Yeah, it's over. I hope you had fun. But make sure they don't need to sign out. The supervisors will do that at the end of the day. and they're all done. Make sure you get them their collateral items back and retrieve the mouse from them. That's retakes. Let me or the TDS know if you have questions about how retakes are done in the lab.